Hey guys, it's Coded Steel, and this is your 16th tutorial in the C programming language. Today we are going to cover logical operations in C, which is something I've been meaning to teach you guys for a while, but there's so much you guys got to know before you can actually understand the bulk of C programming. So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about logical operations, like I said. So to understand how logical operations work, how best to put this? It's basically logical operations deal with true and false. So rather than have it called true and false in programming language, they do it with a number. They use a number system, which you guys may or may not be familiar with, which is the binary number system, which has 1 for true or 0 for false. So that's the bulk of what logical operations are done with 1 and 0. That is it. You don't do a logical operation with a 6 or a 7. It doesn't work like that. You evaluate a condition and it assigns it a binary value, true, false, 1, 0. So let's show you guys what some of this stuff does here. Where to begin with this? So let's say we have a number. We'll call it, let's see, we'll do a number, which is 47. Okay? And then we'll have an if decision that's based on this number. So I'm going to say if the number is greater than 20, okay, and then I want to put another condition within this if block. We talked about this before very briefly, but you can put two conditions within this if block. I'm going to put another condition. I'm going to do a double or, and I'm going to put an or the number. Actually, we're going to do and, not or, because and is best to use for this statement, but it's less than 55. Then we want to do something. We're going to say printf lies in range. And then if it's not true, we'll just copy this statement and paste below, and we'll change this to else, and we'll say doesn't lie in range. So I'm going to show you guys what this code is going to do, and actually, so we can see what's going on the screen, this might be important. Alright. Lies in range. So basically what this does, guys, is it evaluates this block here. Oh, is this condition true? Yes, my number is greater than 20. Okay, I'm checking this number, it's greater than 20. Cool. And then now I'm going to check this other one, and it's less than 55, so I'm going to execute. That's the most basic logical operation. It's called the AND operation. This is actually a specific type of AND called the logical AND, which is a double AND. There's another AND called the bitwise AND, which is just one AND. What's the difference between this? Guys, there really almost isn't a difference, but there is still a difference. So let me explain what the difference is. For an AND operation, both of these conditions need to be true, okay? So if one of these fails, then it will not evaluate the other one. But if this one passes, then it will evaluate the other one for this. Now, if this one fails on its first try, it already knows, since this is an ANDing operation, it knows that it doesn't matter whether this one's true or not. You will automatically fail the condition. That's just the way it's going to work. It's going to fail because that's how an AND works. They both have to be true or none of them execute. But with this type of operation, the one AND, if this one passes, or if this one fails, it doesn't care if this one fails or not, because I'm still going to check this one. The other one, if the first one fails, it won't do it. Similarly, guys, with this OR operation, double OR, it checks both. It checks the first one, and if it's true, then it doesn't even try to evaluate this other one because there's no need to. It's a 1, I'm executing. Too bad, so sad. That's what I'm doing. I'm not even going to try you out because if your brother passes, why would I even waste my time checking you? But if I put this here, okay, I'm going to check this. Then even if this passes, I don't care. Yeah, or operation, I can just execute this. But you just put the single bar here, so I have to try both of you guys. So that is, it's a little confusing to understand that. I'm sorry, I can't explain it any better. But that's basically what it is. You know, that's how ORs and ANDs work. So with this now, I could say that 155. Okay, but guys, watch this now. This is where things get. This is how the OR operation works. I'm going to build it and I'm going to run it. Lies in range. So basically what happens here, guys, is if it lies in the range, it executes. Well, I have 155. Is 155 greater than 20? Yes, it is. So I'm automatically going to pass. But this condition isn't met. This condition right here isn't met. So why is it still executing? Because the OR operation, it doesn't care whether this one's true or that one's true. As long as one of them's true, it's going to return true and it's going to execute regardless. So as you guys can see, it doesn't matter with the way I have this set up. Any number will pass this test because if I type in 0, well, this one will fail, but this one will pass. If I type in 21, this one will pass, and this one will pass because it's in the range. But 56 will pass because it's greater. 155 passes because it's greater. Just to show you guys that it'll do all numbers, I will show you. Pile and run. Lies in range, guys. Any number, it doesn't matter. So that, let's see, what else can we cover? I cover greater than or equal to. You guys should know this is greater than or equal to. This is less than or equal to. And actually, no, it's wrong. This is less than or equal to. Another thing that's important to bring to you guys' attention, do never try to type in something like this. Let's see. No, wrong. Yeah, that's, sorry, I had it right. Num 7 blah. Okay, this code right here is mathematical syntax that you guys may have seen on the board. X is greater than or equal to 5 but less than or equal to 7. So it can be between 5 and 7. So it can be 5, 6, or 7. C code does not understand that this way. Basically the way it will to interpret this is it will evaluate this first condition here, and it will pretty much it will pretty much be true for any number, guys, because it's less than or equal to. If it's greater than or equal to 5, it'll execute. If it's less than or equal to 7, it'll execute. It's just going to be a little bit weird how this works out. It won't read correctly. So the actual way you would rewrite that, if you wanted something like that to only select it within that range, would be to do this. And let me get this right here. And then num less than or equal to 7. Why is that, guys? Well, that's the way they designed it. They made it to where, hey, if you want this to work correctly, you have to type it into the if loop this way. That's important. Similarly, this is with anything that you can never use syntax like this to try to check in one block of code to make it simpler on you. It doesn't work that way. It always has to be checked this way. Similarly, like you do the same thing with the ORing operation. So that is basically the logical operations. You guys can do this to string together multiple logical operations within one loop. Just like you can with the if, you can do this with the while, you can do this with the for loop, you can do this with a bunch of different loops that we've learned in previous tutorials. So that really seriously is all I'm going to talk about with logical operations. There's much more trickier things you can do with them, but when we go ahead and make some of our more sophisticated programs later on, you guys will learn. I can show you how to do more of that stuff. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys for this time. I will see you in the next tutorial.